Hey guys, welcome back to our tech. Today is an exciting day. I've got my hands on the new OnePlus. I just ordered this last night on priority delivery, and I was so amazed to see that it just came to my doorstep this morning. So we're just going to quickly unbox this and see how the retail packaging looks and what you get inside the OnePlus 64 gigabyte version. So let's quickly break this up, and yeah, I'm just trying to the shouldn't take long, hopefully. Okay. There's a lot of noise in my backyard this evening, but I just hope you guys can hear me well. Okay. I'm always confused the way Amazon packs their goodies. They have some. They have a different kind of packaging. So, oops, sorry about that. Let me see if I can get it from here. Okay, that was good. Okay, very simple packaging, no waterproofing this time. So there it is. It's the all new OnePlus 3. Wow, I got a piece of tape stuck on me. Okay, so this is the OnePlus 3. It's kept so plain and simple. I'm going to put this box down, and it just says OnePlus. At the back, you can see they've given the color. So this is the graphite edition. You also have some details of where it was manufactured, and yeah, it seems like the one which is actually imported, and it's still probably made in China. Yeah, it is assembled in China and designed by OnePlus. That's what they usually say, and that's what they have done. So let's open this up and find out how it looks. I'm going to tear this open now. I think you might need a paper cutter to get through this plastic. It's okay. I managed to do that. It's fairly simple, just neatly done. So there's another logo on the side. It says OnePlus 3. I hope you can see it. Trying to get you a better view. I'm sorry. Okay, so the plastic's nearly out, and it's a slide-out box. It's quite heavy actually. So I was hoping to see a phone inside. Okay, there you go. So that is the OnePlus 3, neatly kept inside the box. And let's keep the phone aside. So the usual red box from OnePlus. Let's see what else you get inside. So I think this holds most of the manual and everything else inside. We also have a logo inside. I'm trying to see if I can open this. Okay, there's the dash charger. So this is the 4 amp dash charger, right? And typically it's 5 volt, and that's what usual mobiles get charged at. So it's about 5 volts, and this is 4 amps. So that's going to be 20 watts of power consumption to charge this phone, which is incredible because it's a small device. But I think that the only reason they're doing this is to charge it so quickly, right? Yeah, you also get. Okay, there's no flat cable this time. It's a round cable, and it's a USB Type C charger. So let me pull out this plug. Yeah, so this is a USB Type C charging port, and this time around they haven't gone with the flat profile. It is going to be the round profile, right? Okay, I don't know how long this is, but I'm just trying to give you guys an understanding as to how long the cable is going to be. I know the OnePlus series had pretty short cables, so let's see if you really will need extra cables. Okay, that's pretty long. That's a meter long. Pretty good. Yes, so this cable also mentions dash on it. So I think they've just branded the chargers as Dash. What else do you have in the box? Just trying to see. This looks like an envelope. Okay, the box is pretty much empty in that end. Okay, there's a cover here, and then you can slide out another box which has a lot of papers falling out. So you have a user guide, a neat user guide, very small, unlike some of the phones. You also have some stickers, branding stickers. You also have another user guide. Okay, I think it's just part of the same user guide book. And you also have the SIM ejector tool. There it is. And then the rest of it is just cardboard. That's it. So there it is, the OnePlus 3. Really nice to hold, honestly. I think you've already seen many videos on the phone. It's got this ceramic finish, touch touch ID, or your fingerprint sensor. It shines, actually. There you go. It really shines, and it's made of aluminum. So it's got a really big camera module, right? This is the one you would probably see on a Samsung as well. Maybe not the same technology, but it does look like it's of the same size. And it's just got one tiny little flash there. It's got a stickering giving some instructions, which I'm going to be removing, of course. It's got a tiny screen guard as well, which you can take off. I'm going to go ahead and power this up. But I just wanted to show you the phone's build quality. So there's the power button. You have the SIM ejector tool, and then here's the option to have the silent mode on. You have the volume control, volume rocker buttons. There's nothing on top. Pretty simple build. Then you have the charging port, you have the speaker, you have the headphone jack. It just looks like the iPhone. Those two screws there, they resemble iPhone a lot. Let me go ahead and power this up for you guys. Okay, there is haptic feedback when you put it on. The phone vibrates as any other model. Okay, there's going to be some setup screens which I'm going to run through quickly. Okay, Google Key. They have a Swift key option built in. Wi-Fi network. Okay, it says Shanghai, so I'm going to change it to something close by. Okay, let me say Kolkata. The date's already kind of close by again. 15th. Okay, forget the time. Okay, let's set up the fingerprint. Let's watch how quickly this is done. Okay, it's going to go to the setup now. So the backup would be, let's say, a simple require pattern start. Okay, so I say no. I'm just going to put a simple pattern. Right, and there's so many. Well, here's a fingerprint sensor doing its job. It's done. Wow, more and more options. So it's got the option of using on-screen buttons. Apart from physical navigation buttons at the bottom here, it lets you choose on-screen buttons as well. So I'm going to say no. It's got all these options of double tap to wake up, open camera if you draw an O, wait for flashlight. Okay, I don't want the music to play. Okay, it's set up, it's ready. Okay, well, that's a gorgeous display. I know that my phone doesn't do justice. I'm recording this with another phone, which is quite inferior, trust me. And this display is really nice. It's very different from an AMOLED or one of those LCD screens, because it's just got that glassy look to it. I know I can't show that to you, but it's so glassy. So let's get down to the specs. So this phone comes with 6 gigs of RAM, and that's the highlight of this phone, because most of the other phones have the Snapdragon 820, and this one has the Snapdragon 820 as well. But what keeps it apart is one of the first few phones in the world, probably one of the only ones in the world, to have 6 gigs of RAM, and that's amazing. You also have the Snapdragon 820, as I just mentioned, coupled with an Adreno 530 graphics processor. Well, hardware-wise, I think it's pretty much bang on with some of the top phones in the market, and this costs about 28K in the market, which is really cheaper compared to some of the other phones which have the same processor and probably lesser specs. We have the MI5, which is priced slightly lower than this, but they don't probably give you a 64 gig built-in storage facility, which this one gives you, along with 2 gigs of extra RAM. Rather 3 gigs of extra RAM. The MI5 has just about 3 gigs of RAM, right? So this has got 6, nearly double that. So the phone's really not going to be slow. It runs Android 6.0 out of the box with custom Oxygen OS from OnePlus, and that should be really good. Right now the phone's empty. It's going to be quick, obviously. So the touch button also acts like your home button, unlike the Moto G Plus, which is just a button. This can let you go back. It lets you navigate out, and it looks really cool. This has got NFC as well. One of the first phones from OnePlus to have NFC. It's good. It really feels nice. The build quality is nice. There is bezel in the sides. You can see that. Although the screen extends to the side, it's very tiny, almost unnoticeable. And yeah, so it's really nice. There's no issues with build quality, as is with any other OnePlus devices. They really stand out for the price, and this does too. So you can actually change cases for this phone, and this one's the retail one, so you just get one standard edition, whatever you ordered with. So this has nothing else in the box, but you can order some extra cases. The other thing you notice most of them talk about is this small little camera bump. Usually OnePlus's cameras are integrated well into the body, but this has that extra bump, and you would notice that. So that can be a little annoying. When you keep the phone down, you just get worried if it's going to scratch the glass of the camera. But I think if you put a case, it should be fine. So let's talk about the cameras now. It's got an 8 megapixel front-facing camera, and it's got a 16 megapixel camera at the back. That's got face detection. It's got optical image stabilization, both optical as well as electronic. So that's dual image stabilization, which is going to give you some really cool videos. I'm going to take some videos later on and put it in a different video so that you guys can see how well it shoots in 4K, as well as movement based video, so that you can see if the image stabilization is really working. I'll do that for you guys as well. But other than that, the phone's nice. Even the capacitive buttons have lights in them. They're very tiny, you can't see them, but they do have some illumination as well. I like this device, it's good. And couple that with your fast charging capabilities. You can get close to 6 hours of charge in just 30 minutes, and they're calling it dash charge, but most of the other phones come with quick charge 3, so that's awesome. And let me show you some of the basic stuff on the phone, maybe the camera, just to give you guys a look of how the interface is. Okay, it's already giving me instructions. So I heard this camera's got manual mode and it's got slow-mo as well, so I'm assuming that's going to be state of the art in this price range. Yeah, 1080p, 720p. Okay, where's the 4K? Okay, I need to play around with this device. So it's got the HDR, which is always on, and you can see that the camera is really quick, and it seems like there's no lag when you move the camera around. Again, good sign that the camera is quite sturdy. Okay, it's got a 16:9, which brings the screen. It completely fills the screen with the camera when you shift the aspect ratio. Okay, I'm going to get out of this. I don't want to show you more of that. Okay, just want to show you guys how the camera interfaces and what you get. Okay, I mounted this on a tripod, and it straight away, it is in the video mode right now. So you have the option to click that button. You have all these options here. It says photo, slow motion. It can do slow motion as well. I'm not sure how many frames per second, but it can do slow motion. And so I'm just trying to go to the different options. You have video, you have manual mode, which is awesome to see. You have panorama, which is pretty standard these days. So let's see what the manual mode can do. So you have more controls on the camera. You have focusing auto, you have the shutter speed control, you have the contrast control, you have the ISO control. What else? I think that's about it. That's all they give you, the manual mode. So when you switch to the video mode, you do have the settings button, and you can choose if you want 1080p, you can choose 720p, and the 4K mode. You can choose to switch off grid lines. I prefer to keep it on. And just trying to see what else I can show you. Let's switch to the front camera. So the front camera can do 1080p as well, as you can see. So not bad at all. And we'll also have many other options like switching aspect ratios, which probably some of them do not want to play around with, but you do have a lot of options. You have time lapse, which is really nice, and what it basically does, for those of you who don't know, it can actually capture images over a period of a time frame and stitch all that into a little video. So you can actually record the sun setting, and it can look really nice, and it won't take a lot of space on your phone. So that option is built in. You can also go to the options, and you can see it's got the option to save location. You can switch off shutter sound. You also have the option to record raw images, which means you have better processing of the image you've taken. Okay, let me go back, and I'm just trying to see what else I can show you. So the self-timer mode, then I'm just trying to understand how to switch it quickly to photograph. Okay, I don't see an option in the photo section where it lets you change the megapixel. It should be somewhere. So it has a small setting button, which you can play around with the exposure very quickly, and that's all it does. It's just like your iPhone. It's got the same option, and it's a small little dial. You can do tune up or tune down the exposure. Really nice. There's an option to put the flash on. The flash will go on. Okay, and the camera is so quick. look at it snap. Let me show you an example. It makes a nice sound and it's quick too. There's more information and more detail in my camera review. I've taken some 4K footage and you can see that right here, and you can make a judgment for yourself whether the camera is doing good outdoors as well as indoors. So that's it from the camera department. So let's get back to the rest of the phone. So OS wise, it looks very clean. They haven't put a lot of stuff as what people expect. There's just something new which I see, which is Android Pay, which probably is in most of the new phones, but I don't know about it, but that's there. You have most of the apps which are stock, right? You don't see anything which is added from their end, saying that, like Samsung phones for example have a lot of extra apps from their end, but this doesn't have that, so that's nice. Okay, that's a quick review from me for this phone. I'll do more videos on how the camera works and what else is new about this phone. I'm also going to show you the I'm going to show you how fast it unlocks using fingerprint. Okay, it's got an additional security because I did add that on. I'm sorry. I'll just show you how quick that was. Okay, here's the phone. I'm barely touching it. Wow, that's fast. That's really fast. Okay, once it unlocks, I just want to show you this button. So this is to turn off notifications. So again, this works the opposite direction. If you put it on, you're going to have no notifications or priority notifications. When you put it off, you have all notifications on. The buttons are quite tactile. You can hear it. If you can, great. And then you have the power button on one side. I'm going to insert the SIM. Very simple and very nice device. There's no hassles, or there's nothing which stands out as you would have heard from other phones. A lot of modular phones coming up. This is very simple, straightforward, out of the box. Nothing else, nothing special, just a good performing phone for the price you pay. So that's my quick review on this phone. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our tech, and thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, guys.